Quebec and the United States are in a complicated fight. Our biggest exports head there. Exactly how big a bruise it will leave on Quebec's economy is still unknown, but that's only part of the pressure on the government in its Quebec's 2025 budget. The unpredictability of the US has made the task of tackling the province's previous deficit and the one coming up this year that will set a record even more challenging. So can the province get back in the black by 2030 as required by law? The answers are in this document.
We have a duty to respond to the uncertainty and support the economy and increase our provision.
The upcoming deficit will be close to $14 billion, and that means less money available to improve the lives of Quebecers. Donald Trump's tariffs bring less confidence in the economy, reduce businesses' investments, and limit the growth.
If there are tariffs and they are permanent, there will be permanent economic impacts.
To fight back, the government is relying on a tried-and-true way to weather economic storms: infrastructure spending. For example, the modernization of the hospitals in Saint-Jérôme and La Chine. Quebec is also focusing on arming businesses for a trade war with a new and unique tax credit to try and help them innovate and stay competitive.
If there is a recession, the number one responsibility of the Quebec government is going to be to support businesses and Quebecers and not balancing the budget.
Girard aims to return to a balanced budget by 2029-30. He looked at all the expenses and has now a plan. And that plan means finding revenue while holding off on broad tax increases. To generate cash, Quebecers will have to pay more in tax for their home and auto insurance, bringing it to the same level as QST. The government says that move alone could bring in close to $1 billion over the next 5 years. There are other measures to close some of the breaks and tax holidays previous budgets handed out to taxpayers, including new measures to make EV drivers pay for public roads. These two measures will kick in 2027 after the next provincial election. Opposition parties call this budget a failure.
It's lacking credibility. It's not the first time. We've seen it before. This government is wearing pink sunglasses when it's looking at the future because it helps them to present numbers that are not as dramatic as they could be.
What this budget doesn't have is any flashy goodies for taxpayers. It's clear that it's a trade war budget. Additional US tariffs are set to come in April 2nd, and that's when we will know how hard it will hit Quebec.